Rosy Hardy. This is Rosy Hardy Gardening. Today we're here in the sales area of Hardy Scottish Garden Plants, and I am going to do a mock border concentrating on foliage plants. So let's go and have a look and see what I am going to get up to. We're going to use this sales bench here, and it will give you an idea of a raised bed. So we're going to utilise the plants and put them in together so that they would work for you with foliage as the main interest. There will be a little bit of flower, but it's really what you can do with the different styles of foliage to create a wonderful border. So what I mean by foliage is the fact that you can have such contrasts from something which is broad and huge like this beautiful Bergenia to something that is strappy like this grass. So this beautiful Bergenia here has the most amazing huge big leaves covered in hairs, so that when the light falls on it you get a sort of shimmer to it. It's got a crinkle all the way around the leaves. They're really wonderful. This is Bergenia ciliata Wilton. That will take dry shade. So we'll start off with that there, thinking that is going to be our wonderful starting point. And then another plant that would go with this and is a really good contrast against the green colour is the yellow of this Hakonechloa. Hakonechloa macra Aureola, lovely, it floats over, and you would be able to put these two plants together looking quite good, and instantly you've got different colour, you've got different shape, and it's all about colour and shape when you're using foliage. You need to add some height into the border, something like this Artemisia Rosenschleier. This is a lactiflora type. It has beautiful green leaf which is divided, lovely dark red stems, and then this lovely fluffy top of its flower here. These can be really well used in flower arranging if that's something that you like to do. But again, it's going to go in a dry shady bit, and it will just give you a little bit of extra height to this border. So you're using a cut green leaf against the green and those dark stems against this. You just lifts everything up and it looks really quite good. Now, staying on the fact that it is quite dry, but you know perhaps the area is coming out into the sun, then something like this, the Hylotelephium, will do really well for you. This is one called Karfunkelstein. Karfunkelstein stays dwarfer, so you don't have to cut it back. And again, you know, it has glorious dark purple leaf and then this lovely red head. So when this is growing, before it puts on all its flower, you've got this lovely mound of purple foliage, which is just going to look really good. And the purple of this sets off against this. So you're tying in your colours as you go through your border. Other plants we have are things like ferns, which are obviously foliage, and such things like the perennial alliums like this. So the perennial allium is going to go into our area here with its lovely strapped leaf. This one is called Lavender Bubbles, really beautiful purple heads. And because we're coming a little bit drier and sunnier, this is going to make a really good display here. And when the flowers have died down, you get this lovely foliage. So you can see how the flowers are just going to interrupt the foliage idea for a time, and then they'll die off, and then you have the foliage looking really good. So we then have this beautiful Athyrium fern, Athyrium niponicum Pictum, really gorgeous. Again, it's got that purple on it, so that's going to really pick up the purple that we've got here, a different shape, but this wants to be a bit shadier. So basically we're going to put that one over there so it is shadier on that side. So if you think the shade is there from trees coming out into the light this side, which means at the moment we're still picking up the purple there with the purple there with the purple there. We're picking up the green with the green with the green, and we've got a touch of yellow just lightening everything up. We've got completely different shapes of leaves, all looking really good in this area. Then there are some plants which are excellent for shade, and you have your Heuchera and your Heuchera. Now I've taken a purple leafed Heuchera, that's really great, so that can come out and be a little bit more sunny. down on this side. But the Heuchera, again, it's got this lovely marking on the leaf, so that's going to pick up all of these areas. Now this one is actually wanting to be a little bit shadier, so this one will head over and it will go behind the fern, because what you've got on this one is green spice. It will have beautiful tall green flower stems, so the foliage will make a nice mat at the back and then the flower stems come up behind, giving you a similar effect to this. So we would place that somewhere about there, giving you, remembering that it's going to have its flower coming up through that point. And then to finish off with, we've got a couple of plants that like to be slightly sunnier, slightly shadier, but they want to be moister. So we assume that it's going to be slightly moister at the back of the border on here. This is Luzula nivea, beautiful grass, and it gets quite large. It's going to get much taller than it is here. It's got hairy edges to its leaves, has beautiful white flower spikes early. This is semi-evergreen, so we would think about this one going in the back. We're thinking that that's going to be damper there. If it isn't damper necessarily in your border and you've got a raised border like this, you can water the odd plant as and when you need. And then we're going back to this green with a slight tint of yellow, because this is Hosta Sum And Substance. This is going to get huge. So what I would suggest with this is it goes right at the back and it will give us a bit of yellow at the back of the border here. So we would be, you know, okay, so these are a little bit close from what you would actually plant them in the border, but what it's doing is giving you that effect of all the different things. So we've got a really beautiful cut-leafed fern which has purple on it. We've got a lovely Heuchera there which has got purple leaf and green. We have this beautiful big deciduous Bergenia here. Then we come into the lovely yellow leaf on this grass here, grassy leaf on the actual Allium, but as you can see it is a completely different shape to this. Then you have the purple here, the purple there, beautiful green grass coming up at the back here, lovely big leaf of the hosta, beautiful purple of the Heuchera there. It all blends and ties in together. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel.